Yo guys, welcome to a new video on the Team Gullit channel, and in this video I will explain the full meta of EAFC 24 to you guys. So I think this is gonna be a very important video for you if you want to get better at EAFC 24. So make sure you watch till the end because I will give several tips and a lot of examples of how to play this game. So let's start off with the meta tactics. Obviously, as you've seen in previous videos, the digits can be very different, but 9 out of 10 times you will see balanced in defense and in offense balanced direct passing. If you guys watch a lot of our videos, 99% of the time this will be the case. So something we could say is that balanced in defense, balanced direct passing in offense is basically the meta. Obviously, we have a certain formation, which is also really the meta, which I'm going to show you right now. Obviously, that's going to be the 4-3-2-1. The instructions for that formation are going to be balanced on my right back, overlap as well. My left back is on stay back and overlap. My middle center mid and right center mid are on stay back while attacking and cover center. Me personally, I prefer to have my left center mid on balance because that's gonna be my midfielder who's gonna bring me the most going forward. So in this case, Puteas, she's the best midfielder going forward. I put her on balanced and cover wing. Then my right forward, which is Mbappe, is on comeback. This combination of my left center mid being on cover wing and my right forward being on comeback is gonna make it defend in a 4-4-2. And that's what makes this formation as meta as it is. You can attack in a 4-3-2-1, which is insane going forward. Obviously, if you had to defend in a 4-3-2-1, it was going to be really tough. But because of these instructions, you can defend in a 4-4-2. And then last but not least, on my striker, I put stay central. And on my left forward, I don't put anything. Now let's jump into the meta gameplay. First thing we need to talk about are the playstyles. Playstyles are arguably the most meta thing ever in any FIFA EAFC version ever. As you can see in this first clip, corners. Corners are insane just because of aerial plus players. I have Haaland, where I can cross it to, I can score corners with him, I can play it up in the air, I can knock it down into a feed of my player. There are so many options just because I have this player, Haaland, on left forward. I can cross it, corners is very overpowered, and that's why I would recommend at least one player with aerial plus, like Haaland, Sørloth, Drogba, in your starting XI and in front. As you can see in these clips, I make use of a lot of different playstyles. Now rewrite it. I'm talking about the aerial plus. Obviously, I scored these crosses. If I go back in this clip, I use so many different ones because I use the long ball plus from KDB to Dest. Dest obviously has the whip pass, which I use to use the aerial plus of Haaland. So there are 3 different playstyles I use in this attack to make it a perfect attack. So there are playstyles which are so deadly when you can combine them, which is, for example, the whip pass to the aerial plus. So something I could recommend is a right back, for example, with whip pass, which is Dest in my case. My left forward, which is Haaland with aerial plus, knocks it on to Puteas and it's just a goal. It's so overpowered. Now let's take a deep dive into triggering runs combined with the long ball pass. I would say like L1 triangle is like really important when it comes to build up in the EAFC 24, and that combined with triggering runs makes it just undefendable at times. As you can see in these clips, I trigger runs very early on the pitch. For the people that don't know, you trigger a player by pointing at him with your left stick and then clicking L1, or you need to have the ball with the player, you play a L1X pass, then he will also start to make a run forward. This combined with the right timing with a player with a long ball plus pass, which is KDB in my case, just makes it undefendable at times. And even other players can give these L1 triangle passes, but with a player with long ball plus, it's even more deadly. In this next clip you will see I give the long ball with Bellingham. It's just a quick attack, long ball plus over the top, and just insanely hard to defend. Even I as a pro player struggle with this, because if the timing is right from your opponent, it's literally undefendable. Then one of the most important things after like the playstyles, which are very overpowered, the tactics, which need to be right, is probably the best skill move in the game, the step overs. I think a lot of you guys probably still underestimate how good this is and how important it is to master the step overs, because it gives you so much pace into your build-ups and attacks. Because of the speed boost you get from it, it's literally undefendable at times and so important to do once you want to create space. Because if you have space, you obviously want to take that space, but if you make use of that space by using a step over, you will create at least twice the amount of space instead of just running into it, because that makes it way easier for your opponent to keep tracking you, because then your player won't really be quicker than his. In these examples, I have Mbappe, who obviously is really quick by himself, but as you can see, by using the step overs, it's just undefendable. It just goes too quick to jockey for the defenders, and yeah, you can use it really on any situation on the pitch. I would not recommend it to do it with your center backs, but for me, it's really useful, for example, also with my fullbacks. When my opponent doesn't have any pressure on me, I can just use a step over to create space, build up the attack, get some speed into my build-up, and that's obviously what we want in this game, because we all know how hard it is to defend. Once your opponent is just coming at you, he's just pushing, and has runs going forward. This combined with the playstyles, the step overs, all the different options in attack, obviously, as I showed, the whip pass, going into the aerial, that makes it so hard to defend in this game, and that's just because there are so many different ways to score, which makes it fun, in my opinion. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about playstyles, about the crosses. Just let me know what you think about the EAFC 24, because yeah, I really want to know. And all that's left is that I want to ask you to like this video. If you didn't subscribe yet, make sure to do that. And see you guys next time. Ciao.